Hi guys, Alistair Taylor down at St Anne's Old Links, and today I'm going to show you how to hole more putts than ever before. Right then guys, so we've all heard the saying, drive for show, putt for dough, but how are we going to use that less times to get that in the hole quicker? So for me, there's three key skills that you need in order to be a good putter. You need to be able to have good speed control, you need to be able to set the ball off where you want, and also you need to be able to read the slope of the greens. So I'm going to run through a few little ways that you can check those three skills and then show you some ways that you can improve those to have less putts than you've ever had before. So the big key thing is, generally speaking, with higher handicappers, it's a case of eliminating 3 putts. If you can keep those 3 putts off your card, that's going to get your score down, and as you get better as a player, you'll be having less 3 putts, but we want to have more 1 putts. So we're going to run through this video, we're going to improve these skills, and we're going to get you holing more putts, reducing those scores, and enjoying your game more than ever before. So guys, if you're new down to my channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. I hope you're going to enjoy today's content. If you do enjoy it and you don't currently subscribe, click the subscribe button below, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out when I drop a new video. But for now, let's work on getting that in the hole quicker than we've ever done before. Right then guys, so the first skill that we need to improve is kind of distance control. So if you're too far away from the hole and you don't hole that first putt, do you get it close enough that it's a nice little tap in? And then the key on those shorter ones is that the ball's approaching the hole at a decent speed where it's got its best chance to go in. If it's going too quickly, unless it hits flush in the middle of the hole, it's not going to go in. And obviously if it's going too slow, it never reaches. So let's hit some long ones, some shorter ones, and let's talk about ideal speed control and how to test for it, but then also how to improve it. Right then guys, so I've moved about 20 foot away from the hole, and obviously ideally I would like this putt to go in. But if it were to miss, I want it approaching the hole so that it's maybe going to go 6 inches, maybe a foot past maximum. And even if it doesn't quite reach, from this range it's not end of the world, and obviously further away, as long as we're nice and close, it's a simple 2 putt, and that's going to be that first thing to reduce 3 putts. So I'm going to hit a couple of putts and we're going to see how good my speed control is. Now, it went in, but you could see that was going very quickly. So that would have probably gone 4 foot past the hole. So not great speed, even though the result was very, very good. So again, too hard. That's actually gone about 6 foot past. So these are pretty quick for November in the UK. And even that one getting 3 feet past. Right guys, and so clearly my speed control needs to be better. So I think a great way of working on speed control is to be a little bit more target orientated. So if I had the chance to putt or to roll the ball to the hole, we can see rolling the ball is better for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit a few putts actually looking at the hole to give us more of that idea of being target orientated. So we're going to take our setup, look at the hole, and hit the putt looking at the hole. Now straight away that was an improvement. So let's go again. Didn't quite get there, but much better speed control. Right then guys, so spend a bit of time hitting putts looking at the hole, but now I'm going to show you how you can incorporate that into your routine, because you might not be comfortable doing that when you're on the golf course. So instead of looking at the hole while we hit the putt, we're going to have a couple of practice strokes looking at the hole. That's going to help give us a feel for how big a swing we make, and then we line the putter up, one last look at the hole, and repeat what we've just done. Robbed. But you see, even though that didn't go in, really decent speed, had a good chance to go in, but it's just a little tap in. So again, do my practice strokes, set myself up, one last look at the hole, Just needs to go a little bit. Okay, not bad. And one last one. Something you see a lot of the top players in the world do, have their practice strokes looking at the target. So even though I didn't hole any of those, we can see just very, very simple tap-ins and eliminating those 3 putts. Right, so obviously when you're putting, looking at the hole and getting a feel for that speed control, you can practice that on any length putt. And I would urge you, try it on short ones, try it on mid ones, try it on long ones. Develop a routine where you get a feel for what length stroke you're looking to do, and then able to reproduce that and get some great results. Hopefully we start knocking those putts in, but if not, little tap-ins from long range. Right guys, so that second skill was that ability to set the ball off on line. Right then guys, so like we said, that next skill is setting the ball off on line. Now, there's lots of different things you can do for that, but I think a really, really good one is find yourself a dead straight putt. I'm only 6 foot from the hole. I'm gonna line the little line on the ball up straight at the middle of the hole. And then I'm going to set my putter up and hit my putt. Theory being, if I can set the ball off on line at a good speed, we know this is going to go in. There we go. Really, really good. Now, let's say, for example, you are somebody that even when you line this up, you're consistently missing this left. This is when you've got to look at and say, right, could it be that my ball position's too far forward and the putter's allowed to close a little bit through impact? Could it literally be that I actually don't practice setting the ball off straight? And I think that can be a great thing. You can set a couple of tees up in front if you want as a little gate, practice hitting the ball through. But if you can get to that stage where as you set up, you know that you can set the ball off on line every single time, that is a massive skill that a lot of golfers struggle with. The beauty then is, as long as you're a decent green reader and set the ball off on line, every putt in theory becomes a straight putt. You aim at a point, line the ball up, set it off there at the right speed, and if we've ticked all those boxes, we're going to hole every putt. So again, and I love this, the fact that you can get there, aim that dead straight, set yourself up and hit your putt. Now that one missed. Definitely felt for me there like I held the putter face open a little bit through impact. So, now any of you guys that watch my videos will know that I've actually changed style of putter as well. So I did have something that used to be much more toe hang, which got the putter closing a little bit more. So that, for me, would probably be my bad one with this putter, but set up nicely. Again, everything nice and square. Loads better. And I think that can be a great drill. Really find something straight though, that's the key. Don't find something that breaks, because you could be pushing it or pulling it to get the ball to go in, and then you won't know whether you've misread it, hit it at the wrong speed, or can't set the ball off. So you might actually be doing none of the 3 skills well, but if you can set the ball off straight here and hold these putts, it shows that you've got that ability to repeat that skill. Right then guys, so the final skill is green reading. So what this is going to entail is you picking a putt, picking a point to aim at, lining the ball up at it, setting the ball off on line and seeing if it goes in. Because if you've set the ball off where you wanted and hit it at a good speed and it doesn't go in, there's every chance your green reading isn't fantastic. Right then guys, so I've set myself up with a 15-foot putt. Now you might be able to see just by the side of the hole, I've put an orange tee in the ground, so that's where I think the ball's going to break from. So I'm going to line my ball up to that, which in itself is a skill that most golfers aren't fantastic at. So I'm pretty happy with where that's lined up. So now all I'm going to do is try and set the ball off on that line at the right speed and let's see how good my green reading is. So happy with everything. Go through my little routine. And go. Okay, so I was happy where I set that off. I think my speed was really, really good. And if anything, I just slightly underread that. Now, I would say the greens are a little quicker than I thought, which is going to make the ball roll a little bit more. So, obviously the best way of doing this would actually be go to a different putt each time. So we're now going to move that, I reckon, 2 inches more to that way. Pretty good. To be honest, on 15 foot, I'd be happy with that first one. I'd be more happy if it had gone in. Okay, so the ball's now lined up well. Really, really happy with that. So again, let's set up, go through my routine, hit this at good speed, and in theory, this should go right in the middle. Too hard, so it's broken too late, but that was pretty decent. So I know, guys, that generally I'm a good green reader. Now what I would see with most guys is they talk about looking with their eyes at the slope. A lot of links courses, particularly at St Anne's Old Links, it's very, very tough to see anything in the green. I mean, if I were to look at this, I would say probably left edge. So what I tend to get more of a feel for is with my feet. So definitely as I stand there with my feet facing the hole, I can feel that my left foot is higher than my right foot. Now it's not a huge amount of slope on this, it's probably between 1% and 2% slope, and I am going to do some more videos on green reading, but as a general rule, once I know where a straight putt is up and downhill, about 1 inch from the middle of the hole up, it's called a zero break line, up that uphill break, I know everything's going to break downhill because of gravity. So from 15 foot, about 15 inches from the centre of the hole should be about right. I am putting directly across the slope here as well, so this is maximum break on this one. Go through my routine, hit it on that line with better speed, and this should go in. Too hard again. No. Now definitely pulled that one a little bit, but all of those would be easy 2 putts and definitely no 3 putts. Right then guys, so hopefully there we've seen some really, really useful tips on holing more putts. Like we said at the start, it's about eliminating those 3 putts, or certainly reducing those 3 putts, and then hopefully increasing those 1 putts. Obviously if you can get the ball nearer the hole to begin with, it makes it easier to use the putter less times, but even if you don't change your ball striking, what we've spoken about today will definitely get your score down, get that handicap down, and get you enjoying your golf more than ever before. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it, comment below, I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you have enjoyed today's content and you don't currently subscribe, click the button, ring the notification bell, you'll find out when I drop a new video. Follow me on all my other social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys soon. Stay in contact.